Get ready for a love fest. Welcome to the Lover List, your source for the best love, dating, and relationship stories from the Reddit community. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you're ready to fall in love with our videos. My Bridezilla friend and the 5 different dresses. So I'm an advanced seamstress, not a pro, but I make my own pattern, coats, men's dress shirts, and stuff like that. Most of all, I really enjoy making old-fashioned ball gowns and am recently straying into the world of prom dresses. So a friend of my older sister started having me alter some of her clothes. It was super basic things like turning a few dresses into skirts, cropping some shirts, and things like that. Note, she never paid me for any of this, but I never expected her to. This went on off and on for about 2 years, then she started dating, and about 4 months later she was engaged. Right after she contacted me about making her wedding and bridesmaids dresses. This was a very big honor for me because, though I have been sewing for years, I'm only 17, and it's my dream to make custom wedding dresses. We planned a day to get together to figure out all the details. When she came, she brought a wedding dress with her. It was a mess. It was much too big and looked like a bathrobe. She also showed me the bridesmaids' dresses she had found and was planning to use. This was all news to me. I was okay with the bridesmaids' dress update because 5 dresses in about 4 months is a lot to make. Something had to change with the wedding dress. She wanted me to alter it, but I told her I wasn't sure I could. So the plan was that I would make her dress. She showed me a dress on Pinterest that she loved and said she wanted her dress exactly like it. I told her I would make a simple bodice out of some old fabric I had laying around and we would check back in a week. At that time she was too busy to stop by but gave me the go-ahead and I started work. I was going to make a cheap version. We would okay the pattern and the look of the dress, then start on the real one, so I was sewing happily and it was going really well. I finished it in about a week. Took me about 15 hours of viewing. I sent her a few pictures and videos at the beginning, but she seems disinterested, so I stopped. Mistake. We did the fitting and it was beautiful. There were a few things she wanted to be changed. Mostly the sleeves were just a little too puffy. Super easy fix. However, the bride seemed quite disinterested throughout the whole thing. Her maiden of honor was there and was very helpful and involved. After we had tried it on and figured out what needed to be changed, the bride out of nowhere informed me she had ordered another dress. She had paid $200 for it online. She told me she would wear the one I was making to her bridal shower. Honestly, I did like the dress she ordered at all, and I was very suspicious of a $200 wedding dress. The one I was making was so much nicer. But most of all, I was kind of hurt that after spending all this time working on a dress that I wasn't going to make any money off of just to have her wear it to her bridal shower. But I didn't want everything I'd worked on to go a waste, so I agree. She provided the fabric, which was a pain to work with, much too heavy, but I made it work. I got the dress to her in another week. Another 15 hours of sewing. Note, this was just the amount of time sewing, not that time I spent making a custom pattern, shopping, or cutting fabric. Gave her the dress, and that was when she showed me the $200 dress. It was a dumpster fire. She liked the skirt, but the whole bodice had to go. She wants me to remake it for her. I said I would see what I could do. I hadn't heard from her for a bit. So after about 2 weeks I reached out and told her I had finished the bodice and she needs to try it on. That was when she told me that she was selling the dress and was going to buy one off the rack. That was the line. I told her I was out. I wasn't sure I could alter something off the rack, and I'd been pushed around way too much. My final kick to the gut was when the photos of her bridal shower came out on social media and she wasn't wearing the dress sewed for her. She never paid me, not ever, for the fabric. She had told me at the beginning that she was going to pay me. I had no idea how much to charge, so we decided I would keep track of how much I spent and the hours of work, and then we would figure it out from there. I most likely would have charged $200 to $300. $150 would have been fabric. We didn't go to the wedding. We had other plans. I haven't spoken to her since. I think her sister made her wedding dress. It was fine, very simple. I probably could have made it in about 5 hours. Anyway, she's happily married and in another state, so I guess it all ended okay. I would love to do this for a living, may even have my own shop, but I guess I'm just too easily taken advantage of. This hike experience really burns me. If Charlotte Dobe would react to this, it would make my life. OP, you are a kind person with a big dream. Don't work on spec. When people have to pay for something, they take more of an interest, even if your price is less than the going rate. You lost hours of your life you won't get back just to be ignored. I hope your older sister is at least sorry. Edit. Grammar. Absolutely. OP, your skills are amazing. Please don't undersell your work. Very few people can do what you can do, and only 17. There is a whole world they're ready to pay. OP, the problem is that you did not charge for your work. This let the friend value your work at $0. You may have put a lot of time and effort into the design and construction, however, she invested nothing more than the cost of second-hand disaster dress. You needed to agree on a price. Friend needed to pay before you gave her the dress to take home. If she did not like the dress or refused to pay, then the business relationship was over. Look at what some local businesses charge for basic alterations, then start charging. You can give the friend/family discount, but if you want to be taken seriously, then your work must have value. Also, you need to learn what it means to operate a small business and the point at which you need to pay taxes. If there is a community college in your area, you could talk to an advisor about your business plans and what you need to know to operate your own business. You also could look at working for another professional seamstress for a while. Imagine there is the technical part about sewing and design, but also ordering, pricing, accounting and bookkeeping, and 100 other things on the business end that you should learn. You're a very kind and generous person. It'll get you far in life, but in business, not so much. The kind but wise thing to do would be giving a discount to your friends, or making sure they at least cover the cost of materials if you're generously donating your time. Maybe people won't ghost you if they're financially invested. I'd love to see a pic of the wedding dress you made. And Charlotte Dobe slays. As a former business operator who was burned by friendly discounts, I suggest limiting discounts to immediate family, parents, siblings, and your own children. Everyone else should pay full price. If you don't limit it, you'll have acquaintances coming to you for the friend's discount. Best to just draw a line at family. Makes life much simpler. Stop working for free, especially for demanding pain in the ungrateful people. They should be paying not only for the material but for your time and talent. Bespoke gowns are a luxury, and if they want a custom piece, they should expect to pay accordingly. Bridal shops charge hundreds for alterations alone. If you want this to be your line of work, start valuing yourself and treat these requests like the business transactions they are. Get things in writing, discuss scheduling for fittings, get deposits. Act like the professional you are and they may take it more seriously. Again, getting deposits up front should weed out who's serious and who doesn't know what they want. I feel for you, however, this is a great lesson for going forward. If you're doing anything bigger than a simple alteration, draw up a simple client agreement. Templates can be found online, with the amount payable clearly stated along with your bank account details or whether cash is preferred. Take a deposit, as a few people have said, and don't start work until the deposit is paid. Along with some of the suggestions being made, I also suggest you create a web and social media presence showing off the type of work you can do, even sewing tutorials, etc. on TikTok. This unfortunately happens to the best of us with friends. I used to write resume/CVs for a living, and the last straw was spending 3 hours of my office time doing my friend's brothers, who I'd never met, and my friend saying thanks and leaving when I assumed she'd be paying at least something. My hairdresser friend learned very early on to make it clear up front that her skills didn't come for free. She would happily do mates' rates but never freebies. The first thing you need to do is starting getting deposits to at least cover materials and some of your time. If someone doesn't make a deposit, then you don't start the work until they do. If you want to turn this into a business, then it's probably best to start adopting some of these practices sooner rather than later. What I'm suggesting above are standard business practices. Darling, 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 you're very sweet and very kind, and I'm sure you're incredibly talented. You would have to be, for someone to trust their wedding gown to you. Even if they changed their mind later, they wanted you to make the prettiest gown they will ever wear. Because they knew you could. You did nothing wrong. Your friend took advantage of you, and that was wrong, but what she did to you is something many artists have done to them. Art is art, and business is business. You have to be a little bit ruthless. You have to say, I'm sorry, I can't do it till I have cash in hand, and I'm so flattered you want me to do this, but I'm afraid I don't have time right now. You have to create a buffer personality, a who won't take shit from anyone. She protects your inner artist, who just wants to create. In one instance, I knew a woman who actually fabricated an entire fake person to run her business. Sorry, I can't. Mick won't let me do this job for less than $600. Every artist starts out like you are. Hang on, be tough. It gets better from here. Don't give up on your dream. I can tell you from my own experience trying to find one for my wedding dress, a good seamstress, especially one that makes bespoke pieces as opposed to just doing alterations, is nearly impossible to find. You have a skill and a passion. Don't let anyone take that from you. Just learn to value your time and energy. Be selective of who you work for free. Good luck! People take advantage of you, are not interested in the process, and decide not to wear your hard work and creativity because they are not financially invested in it. You give away free handmade dresses to people who don't care about them or the effort you made, and your kindness. Your time and experience are worth money, and you need to charge for your work. Friends or not, they need a button sewn on, you need to charge for that. I would just step back from all this and consider it a good learning experience for your skills and for running a business, what not to do. Caring, sweet, responsible seamstresses are a treasure, and you need to have more self-worth. Good luck with your bright future. My mom made both my prom dresses and my bridesmaids' dresses. She was going to make my wedding dress, but while we were out getting ideas, I found one I loved on sale, and it was cheaper than her making it. I wish I had her talent. She wasn't a professional, just very talented like you. I hope you find a job doing what you love. Start charging people for your services, except for family. Charlotte's one of my top favorites. Create a price list and deposit list for each type of alteration you do and what you charge for creating or making a garment. Then do what the pros do, have the person buy their own fabric and get a big enough deposit so they can't blow you off. If you want to get recognition, then take photos of everything you do and post on a site you create. Once you have a portfolio of what you've done and created and are a few years older, try and get a job in a bridal shop, maybe bridesmaids area or alterations. Many designers started out that way and worked up to designing. Good luck. I hope things work out for you. I think it would be helpful for you to sing along with Charlotte when she sings the song about, it costs this much because it takes me hours. Your time and skills are valuable. Be nice to yourself by recognizing your worth. There are ways to be nice to customers and still have them pay you. You've got great dressmaking skills, but it might be time to look into building skills at being a business owner too, so you can feel more confident setting prices and boundaries. Best of luck! Just because you had two people who were supposed to be your friends treat you so badly, that doesn't mean you did anything wrong or that anything was wrong with your work. I don't know if you plan to get some education or just work with your talent and aptitudes. Either way, follow your dreams. Most of us end up working in jobs we hate because we never defined or prepared for a career doing something we loved. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life at 17, and I had never taken the time to get really good at anything. You have the opportunity to be who and what you want to be. Don't let a couple of selfish, careless a-holes kill your dreams. If they ever come back asking for help again, remind them how your work wasn't good enough for them this time, and be sure to charge them a jerk tax. We'd love to see some pictures of your work if you're willing. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Love and Relationship Stories. If you enjoyed hearing these intriguing tales, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. Don't miss out on any future episodes. Subscribe now and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. Your support helps us bring you more of the love, dating, and relationship stories that you love.